Glass onion.
Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we are back for 2023. And by we, I mean me, Apple, my co-host / co-founder Vincent. We dive into the stream itself. We tell you, the listener and the viewer, what is worth it and what is not. Vincent, we're here.
Dude, we're here. We've had a bit of a hiatus because there's been holiday seasons. Like heads have gone on holidays, specifically me.
That's right.
And I mean, we're back.
But also, like, people's New Year's resolution was to keep us off the airways.
Yeah.
And we said, no, we can't do that.
Like it's the 15th of January and we've already knocked that out of the park.
I mean, the gyms are getting empty again. Like, we're back. We're back on the scene. It all happens. But Vincent, we are here today doing 2022's very own Glass Onion : a Knives Out mystery.
Was this by the same? This wasn't by Ryan Johnson.
This is by Ryan Johnson.
It is by Ryan Johnson.
Like R-I-A-N.
Yeah,
Johnson.
yeah. Maybe that's why I got mistaken. It said R-I-A-N and I was thinking, no, that's the wrong name. But that's just how he spells it.
That's just how he spells it. Because that's like...
So this is another one from him.
If you're running screenplays, you ain't doing R-Y-A-N, you know?
No, you can't. You can't.
And also, I apologize if you hear me do that. That was me pretending to do that. I pulled my back out. I was like playing basketball. I wasn't doing very well, and then I was doing well. And then when I realized I was doing well, that's when my back got pulled out. I won't say I was like putting the team on my back because like I missed about 18 shots.
You're like 2 from 18.
Dude, I was like 2 from 18, but I put the team on my back for those 2.
You weren't doing Nikola Jokic's percentages, were you?
Nah, dude, I wasn't doing like the Go Chicks, you know?
The Joker.
That's his name. But Vincent, we're here. I'm just going to give you some straight facts about this movie. It's got the 7.2 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 92% on the Rotten Tomatoes. This was released on the 10th of September 2022. It was released in cinemas.
Jeez, I thought it was a recent movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2022, 10th of September, but it was released in cinemas initially.
But I thought that, like we were the first ones to cover it. But evidently, we're definitely not.
No, this has been out in the stratosphere.
It's been out.
Yeah, this has been out in the stratosphere. So it had a budget of 40 million. It made only 15 million, but they only kept it in the cinemas for like a day in select cinemas, which was obviously...
It's a weird move.
It's a bad move on their account, given the fact that this movie's blown up.
Yeah, I mean, the first Knives Out kind of blew up.
First Knives Out, I mean, you talk about the first Knives Out, it's a great movie.
First Knives Out is almost goated at this point.
I mean, it's almost goated.
In terms of murder mysteries, I don't know. It's up there. It's got to be up there.
Well, this is the next one, and we're doing it.
This is the next one.
Because we're here to do the Knives Out.
2023.
Also, I don't think this should be called Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery.
No, it should have just been called Glass Onion.
The Glass Onion. And I think that's more of a, you got suits sitting around the table. They're like, but people aren't going to know.
That's a marketing thing. Yeah, that's right.
They're going to see Benoit. They're going to think I'm confused.
They're going to think James Bond. I thought they were changing him now.
Yeah, well, I mean, see, this is the thing. They could have thought it was like James Bond, but undercover, like deep.
Like deep undercover for the whole movie. And just at the end, you just hear the dun-dun-dun. I don't know what the James Bond thing is.
You're on it. You're on it.
Dun-dun-dun. I felt like I was doing Pink Panther things. Have you heard the Pink Panther drill remix?
No.
Bro, that slaps.
But I have seen Drake doing like drill music, and he's like, just, you know how in drill music they wear ski masks?
Yeah.
Like he's just on the slope skiing. Because like he's not going to be around like with ski masks unless he's skiing, because he's too rich for that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Drake on this podcast.
Well, we might talk about it on the After Dark then.
I don't like Drake.
So tech billionaire Miles Bron invites his friends for a getaway on his private Greek island. When someone turns up dead, Detective Benoit Blanc is put on the case. Now, I mean, that's not even
close to the right thing.
It's sort of the right thing. Because he's there on a case, but then he's on another case.
Yeah, but someone doesn't turn up dead.
I mean, Bautista's there, and then he's dead.
Yeah, but...
So he didn't turn up dead.
That's right. Like, they didn't get fresh off the boat and it's like, oh, bro, where's Bautista? Oh, man, he's dead. Like, he turned up dead.
Like, someone rolls him in, he's like, dude, this guy's dead, but like, he had the ticket. So, like, we
thought he just needed a bit of extra assistance.
Like, if someone buys a ticket from us, we're gonna take them from A to B.
That's right, exactly.
That's our guarantee.
we don't have any guarantees on what kind of state they're in, but they'll get to B.
I mean, unless it's Odell Beckham Jr., because he'll get left. He'll get left at the airport.
Did he get left at the airport?
Mans was sleeping. Like there's you go on Twitter, there's controversies, right? There's always controversies on Twitter. But you see certain things on Twitter where it'll be like Odell Beckham got everyone kicked off a plane because he wouldn't put on his seatbelt. And then it's all these heads saying, hey, listen, lads, he was sleeping. Like, what can you do? Man's got to wake up and put on his seatbelt because that's the law.
Yeah. Also, just get someone to put his seatbelt on for him.
I mean, they could do that, but who knows? Who knows what sort of laws and bylaws you have to follow in the air?
Yeah.
Because if you're out at sea, that's maritime laws. You're doing different things.
I mean, if you're in international waters.
You've seen it on The Simpsons. You can get a monkey stabbing another monkey.
That's just like Jack Sparrow laws.
That's Jack Sparrow.
You do what you want.
Now, this has got heads in this movie.
Oh, bro, this has got heads. Yeah, and heads that are just in it for a minuscule of the...
Minuscule. Yeah. Like, you're talking like Ethan Hawke's.
I'm talking about Ethan Hawke's.
Who's just like smashing people's throats.
That was actually one of my favorite things. Because Benoit was just asking him, like, what's that for? Is that for... Yeah, it works. It works. Yeah, okay, but like, is it... Yeah, it works. It works. So I might as... Yeah, it works. And then just legs it.
Dude, you know what's funny about Ethan Hawke and that is he was probably on location shooting that Disney movie, Disney show that he was on.
Oh, yeah.
What was that show that he was on again?
He was on Moon Knight, yeah.
Because he had the long hair in this. He was looking quite moon-like.
He was probably on the next set over, and they just said, hey, Ethan Hawke.
Like, come over here. Come on, bro. We're friends here.
Come here, bro.
So, in regards to what we should talk about in this movie, I mean, we should just go through it and just talk about it. Because I can't think of specific things. Because this movie is done in a way where it makes heads think like there's certain messages here. But I think they're just having fun in this movie.
There's no messages.
There's no messages.
A movie like that, there's no messages. And I think, I messaged you.
Yeah.
I said, bro, I messaged you.
Yeah, that's a message.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the message.
That's the message. That's the message. I said, bro, whiskey did it. And I was about an hour and 20 in. I was like, whiskey did it. Yeah. Bro, whiskey didn't do it.
No, and, I love these, whodunits is one of the best premises you can have.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're in there 120 minutes in. You might even be like less than 120 minutes in. I think this might even just be a 2-hour movie. So if you did 120 minutes in, you'd be at the end.
I meant 1 hour 20.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. But you might be in there at any point and you're saying like, whiskey did it.
Whiskey did it, that's right.
Bill did it, Whiskey Bill did it. All three of those people did it.
I thought Kareem did it.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I thought maybe, there was...
I thought there was going to be someone... When I was going to the end and I was thinking, oh, maybe it isn't whiskey, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be some random head.
I was thinking... You were thinking there's going to be Daryl, that man that's...
I knew it wasn't going to be Daryl. I was thinking, like, there's no way they're going to put him in... That was a weird bit.
I mean, it's pretty funny, though.
No, it's funny, but it was weird. As in, you've got Knives Out, the movie. That's top-tier movie.
Yeah.
This is like Rian Johnson's gone... I've made my good movie. This one's going to be good, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
Exactly. And I think that this movie, when you started off with like Benoit Blanc in the bath,
in the bathtub,
doing
Among Us with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, that's right. He's with Kareem. Who else is in that?
He's got the lady.
Because they're all
there was 4 heads.
Yeah.
And then he's got Hugh Grant as the dude that's like doing his... I don't know, helping him.
Yeah.
Like he's answering the door and he's like bacon.
That's right. I mean, they might just be partners.
That's right. But it's just hilarious that Hugh Grant opened the door.
I'm looking through the cast list here. I forgot about Serena Williams being in here doing like
Serena Williams.
Things.
When they're doing, not even sports things. They were out there being like, oh, who's got the motive? Who's got the, hey, so you guys want to do a workout? Like I'm on the clock here.
She's just on the screen. It looks like one of those like AI like workout simulators.
She's actually there. She's getting her minutes in.
So the thing is, this is a parody of. I love it when like individuals in Hollywood do parodies of like Hollywood folk.
Yeah,
because like that's their mates. Like,
well, I mean, Rian Johnson might not be mates with any of them.
I mean, Rian Johnson, I probably think that out of all the heads, because he's doing writing, he's doing directing.
Yeah,
he's not. He doesn't have to be at the front like getting all the shots, getting all the fame. Right? As a director, you don't need to be on the front of magazines.
No.
So you're allowed to tease those heads who need to be on the front of magazines. But also, I reckon if you went back to, let's say, 2014, 2015, I reckon every single head was friends with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And obviously this, what's his name's character? My man's from History, whatever, American X or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What's his name?
What's his name? From Fight Club.
Yeah, from Fight Club. He's like fighting people, but he's also racist in that one movie. What's his name? Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
He's obviously meant to be like an Elon Musk type.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's a bit of a fool.
The message in this movie is that billionaires are like dumb idiots that should not be doing like world disrupting things.
Well, it's also that's the whole glass onion premise.
Yeah.
Right. I think I've seen. Like I didn't. I'm not that smart to come up with the fact that a glass onion is something that is you think it has a lot of layers, but really you can just see
straight through it.
I think I saw that on Twitter's, or even it might even been said as a quote in this movie.
Yeah, it did. They said
did Benoit Blanc say that in this movie?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Benoit Blanc says like he's just always on the ball, dude. I love it.
He's a great character.
He is.
And I felt like there was like the last one. You got a bit of the extra personality apart from the kind of I'm the detective that's going to detect things. Like you want someone to detect things, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But this one, he was at the start, he was like having a bit of fun because he's like, I'm in lockdown now. I'm not in lockdown. I'm on Greek islands. This is exciting. And then he realizes he wasn't. Well, at the start, you think he realized he wasn't called there for.
That's right.
For party, he was there not for pleasure. He was there for business.
And I mean, that spun me through a loop. That's what I love about a whodunit movie.
Yeah.
When they've been doing all the pre-plan in the background, because that makes you want to go back, right? When there's all these things where they look back on what has happened. That's
what I really appreciated about Knives Out. Knives Out and Knives Out's tale, like the first
like
Knives
Out. Just it's Knives Out.
Just like a Knives Out tale about Knives Out.
Like Knives Out, there's only one knife.
There's only one knife, and it was out,
one.
but then it's not out because of the prop knife. That one there was great because I'd watched it and I thought, man, this is amazing. And then I remember watching it a few months later, and then all the little bits and pieces that they go through at the end, you pick up on during the movie, throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. And this would be one that would be similar, or maybe not as similar because it's more in your face. You're not kind of getting all the questions brought to you and then giving like, not the answer, but like a pointer or just a little, like an Easter egg. Yeah. This one, it was kind of, hey, you've got all the questions. Now we're giving you all the answers.
Right.
So, So I don't know if it'll be as satisfying, but I did still like it. And I think things like that can get a bit, now they're just explaining this thing like, the evil dude tells you his whole plan before he's about to, pull the lever, Kronk, and like then Kronk slips on a banana peel and then I don't know.
And they like kick the lever up instead of pulling it, which
that's right.
Sends the superhero to safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just want to go back and see, like, did he give the glass to Bautista? In the actual, how there's a scene where he gives the glass with the pineapple juice to Dave Bautista, and then Dave Bautista just straight up dies, right? Because he's drinking pineapple. I mean, being allergic to pineapples, that's hard. Because like they'll slip pineapple juice in like a fruit smoothie, and you won't even know about it, But he dies because Edward Norton gives him the cup to kill him. But I want to go back and see if that actually happens, which I'm assuming it does.
Yeah.
But they
they filmed it.
They did film it.
So they would have put that shot in as in they showed you both shots.
That's right.
Of it happening and not happening, so.
Yeah. And I mean, it would have to have happened that Edward Norton gives him the thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Benoit Blanc's just pulling things out is...
Yeah, he's a nuss.
Yeah, dude. I love that guy's just, he'll go in a pool with just full outfit on.
Bro, I was looking at that. I was like, where can I buy that? Because I'm a man that, number one, I don't really go on pools. Mm-hmm. I don't really like the water. I don't really like getting wet. Just
you're like a cat. Like you don't really like being that social. You don't like being wet or around like bodies of water. When you run, like it's you run. You don't jog. You just run. Like cats, when you see them, if they're running, they're running.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You like climbing onto things. Back in the day, you used to do like parkour sort of things. I've seen a cat do about it. I've seen lots of cats do parkour.
Yeah, but he had the two-piece swimming suit, and I was thinking, if I'm going in a pool, that's what I want because I don't like taking my top off. I got too much shoulder hair these days.
I mean, that's cat things.
That's cat things. But he had the little pockets.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Jeez, that was. I mean, he looked like B3 there. That's Australian reference.
B3.
B3.
Like vitamin B3.
Like they did B1, they did B2, and he looks like B3.
With the bananas in pajamas, he does look like.
Yeah, I mean those are the titular pajamas.
The blue and white stripe is the titular pajamas.
If he was holding a banana for scale, that would have been a very deep reference that only some people would have understood.
I mean, if you're seeing bananas in that set, you're thinking like these people like no Australian
These
TV.
people, someone's grown up in Australia for a brief period of time or something.
Set designer's just like, dude, you know what? We got to get the bananas in here. We need B3. And I mean, he could be B3 because he's Benoit Blanc.
That's right.
So that's B's.
That's bees, man.
Dude, because I'm pretty sure it's like Barry and Bob Banana. Like that's the heads. That's the other heads. So one thing that I liked about this movie, you talked about it briefly, is they're just on a Greek island. Yeah. They're in pools. That island is a real island, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's like on a sale for 450 million.
As in
the whole island.
Yeah.
Is that wild to you that those things exist?
Yeah, that seems like
money?
That seems like not enough.
Well, for a whole island.
For a whole island.
And I think it might even have the glass onion on it.
Really?
I think it might even have the glass onion on it.
I was wondering if that is a real compound or if it's sets and CG and stuff like that.
Well, and this is the thing. We should actually look at this. When did they film it? Because
it was pandemic stuff. Like they were doing 2020. December 2020 or whatever it was.
Oh, dude, I'm on real estate. I'm on realestate.com here.
You realestate.com?
The truth about Glass Onion Island compound that was listed for 651 million.
651
That's revealed. Million. So I've got it wrong here. Dude, they got the onion on there.
They got the onion.
Is perched on the cliff edge, the glass onion, and it's all its glory.
So that's for real thing.
That's a for real thing.
The mansion as well.
Look at that set, bro.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
So, I mean, if you're on an island like that, what have you done?
If you've
done some bad things.
That's right. If you're buying something like that, you probably have done a lot of dirtbag things to get to that spot. But also you're thinking like, what could you do for like the world with that amount of money?
You mean if you just got rid of that glass onion, maybe through a couple of those like areas, like part of the compound, you just sold them up and used that money for something else.
Yeah.
Like you probably fed a couple of people.
Bro, you fed like 3-4 heads at least. Like you go to Zambreros, you pay for a few meals, they pay for a few meals, you know?
It's like every $2 is like one meal donated. You know?
Exactly.
Like these heads got a glass onion for 651 million. Well, one of those million can't go to feed a couple of people.
Jeez.
But I mean, that's just state of world. That's like, democracy manifest. That's democracy. That is whatever the other, capitalism and whatnot.
That's Elon Musk things. Have you seen that Twitter account that follows Elon's jet?
Yes.
And it got banned, and then he bought Twitter, and then he banned the thing, and then it's got like a huge amount of publicity. Streisand effect.
That's the Barbara Streisand effect.
That's the Barbara Streisand. It's just hilarious that no one knew about it really, except for Elon.
Right.
And then as soon as he banned it, and it got a bit of publicity, it blew up.
Didn't he banned it, but then he brought it back? Is that correct?
Yeah. Because now he's settling things on Twitter by just like votes, like heads just vote. But the problem is, only the people that are following him are going to be seeing it mostly.
Mostly, unless you're, that's right. Unless you are,
you see someone like one of your mates by extension. So we're talking like the 7 things of Kevin Bacon. That's the 7 things of Elon Musk is going to see it.
7 layers of the bacon.
7 layers of the bacon.
Yeah. If look, here's the thing, man. If Mr. Beast like comments on an Elon Musk post, like I'll like that,
Yeah.
Because like Mr. Beast might give me like 40 million.
You never know with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is one of those heads where I don't know enough about his deal, but
and I could not bear watch. And I mean, we make videos that people can't bear watching.
Yeah.
But I could not bear watching like 6 heads holds a car for 24 hours for $10 million. Who's gonna let go of the car first?
Yeah.
So, how much joy can I get out of that? Like I'm up in the stakes.
Unless you're one of the 6 heads.
Yeah, dude. If I was one of the 6 heads, I'd be there, man.
You'd be there because you're one of the 6 heads.
I'm mind over matter.
Yeah.
I'm built different from all these, all the other people that watch YouTube. I'm built different from them.
Jeez.
They're sitting there watching YouTube.
Like you're not even fully bald and you've just shaved your head.
Yeah. I've done like a George St. Pierre, but he has better hairline than I do.
Yeah, but, you're on that same level.
I'm on that same level, it's just like, they said like, if you want to be alpha male, you got to go bald. So I was like, I'll do it, Bring in the protein shakes. All right. Dude, imagine if 2023 we just came back and we're just like, little conspiracy theories all day, every day.
Yeah. Oi, Jeremy, get the DMT. Is that the bloke's name? Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. No, I think it is a J though. Damn. Don't worry about it.
Doesn't
It might
matter.
be Jeremy.
I think it's Jeremy.
Yeah. So Glass Onion, I mean, that's a big hit. I preferred Knives Out, the original.
Knives Out was undoubtedly a better movie. I think it
like
was
the
more
cast
entertaining
better
as
as
well. Yeah, I feel like this one was more extravagant.
Yeah.
Obviously the setting was, but also the characters were. It was a bit too. It felt a bit too much, personally.
Well-
like I don't feel like I want to watch it again.
They were caricatures of these
Yeah.
types of people, which I think is hilarious.
And that birdie lady, man, some of her acting was pretty low tier.
Dude, but when she throws that, when at the end when they start smashing everything,
Yeah.
and she does like she smashed the first thing.
Yeah.
She screams a couple of things in the last maybe 25 to 30 minutes of that
Yeah.
movie that made me laugh a lot. And
Oh,
I
I
can't
don't
remember
know
the
that.
quotes exactly, but she says some things. And the fact that she signed up for this place because she's making sweats. And she says it's a sweatshop, so it's all good because
They're making
do a sweat.
sweatpants. Jeez.
I mean, that's just simple humor. You write that down.
That's
you're
simple
like,
humor,
"Wait,
but
wait a second,
there's
they're
going to be heads that have been cancelled because they've had their stuff manufactured in sweatshops or had backlash, and they just be like, "Bro, why didn't we use that? Why wouldn't we use that defense?" Your Honor, I thought they made sweatpants. Case dismissed. This guy is a dumb idiot.
This guy's an idiot. And I mean, this is the premise of this story, right?
Yeah.
That just heads can be idiots and things just fall into play,
Yeah.
which is what happens with this Elon Musk type.
Yeah. But then doesn't he do other things? Oh, hidden in plain sight. No, that wasn't really. I did like the, mentioning I want to be mentioned in the same breath as the Mona Lisa. And then that was kind of the culmination of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, you look, you could go back and Ryan Johnson does some terrific screenplaying, He'll play with the screen.
Yeah, I think this is a movie where the story really held it all together.
Yeah.
Are you right there?
Yeah. My back is just, I'm hurting here.
Yeah, the story really held it all together, and I think that it's a very tight story. Like it wasn't. I'm someone who enjoy everything. You get out of a cinema and say hey, all these things are wrong. I was like, I like the spaceships. So you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but it felt like everything was considered, even though it was kind of overdone in the style aspect of it. I guess.
I think that this was a fantastic pandemic movie and a fantastic streaming movie.
Yeah.
For the streaming services, This is that one where
This is the one for the streamers.
This is one for the streamers, the
All right.
real streamers.
Ninja, that other guy who streams, that lady who streams, that other person who streams, all of you. It's for you.
That lady who streams, I follow her regularly. She's pretty cool. But, I donate. Speedy's on there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you're a streamer, you're a dreamer. And that's like us here at the Back Catalogue Podcast. So sign up to the Patreon. But this is a tight movie in the fact that it did not feel like, even though I watched it over 2 sittings because I fall asleep. But that's just because I'm doing alpha male stuff during the day. And I got 6 a.m. wake ups to do more alpha male stuff. When you got that dog in you, that alpha male dog in you, you got to wake up at 6 a.m. You just got to look at the ceiling for 25 minutes to realize.
You alpha male because you haven't been tested properly yet?
I haven't been tested.
Yeah, alpha software.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Someone posted that on Reddit. Anytime people say they're an alpha male, all I can think about is alpha. And I'm thinking, man, that's 100%. Whenever people say that, I'm just like, bro, that's untested.
I mean, you look at a lot of the alpha males out there that aren't me. They're untested.
They're untested.
Yeah, in the sport of mixed martial arts and in the sport of life. But what I was going to say is that as a streaming movie and as a fun movie to watch, this is exactly it.
Yeah.
I could go. I prefer the first Knives Out, but I think that if I just had a little bit of time to kill, I'd just chuck this on.
It's a good movie that you can just put on. You can enjoy the kind of spectacle of it. You can enjoy the ride because it is a good whodunit. It's not a Death on the Nile, which is absolute trash. And you knew whodunit from the absolute start
Because he eats people as well.
because he eats people. That's right. You're looking at Army Hammer types, and you're thinking, well, that dude eats people. That dude probably kills people as well.
Yeah, and it's on the Nile.
And
so
it's on the Nile.
Someone's dead.
Bro, someone's
From the start of that movie, that's going to happen.
yeah, and someone didn't even turn up dead.
No, dude.
Well, they turned up and then they died.
And then they died. I would say, it's going to be the first time I say it, but it won't be the last time I say it in 2023. You put this on the background at a party,
You can put this in the background of a party.
I'm talking about a summer party, though, this time.
A summer party.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it is on a Greek island.
Yeah. And you have, because they all look good. They're all good looking people.
They are.
Tell me there's not one bad looking person in this whole movie.
Dude, Dave Bautista, man. That dude is huge.
You know what's
Do you reckon
crazy?
he's natural? There's no way.
He naturally what? Like he naturally takes like steroids every day?
Yeah, as in 100%. Yeah.
I mean, look, I can't
dude is
claim anything about
huge.
anyone. I can't claim
Also,
anything about anyone.
100% Benoit Blanc. He's the cleanest looking. He's got the cleanest fits.
This is the sad thing about franchises. And I'm not saying the Knives Out franchise, but franchises in regards to like a James Bond, a Avengers, a Marvel, a DC thing, is that you don't get, if say he just kept being James Bond, you might not have got this opportunity.
Yeah.
To have like good actors do good acting things outside of a franchise. And I know that this is a sequel, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future. In fact, in an interview with Ryan Johnson and Daniel Craig, they were saying that the interviewer asked them, what about a Benoit Blanc Muppets movie? It's like Knives Out, but with Muppets. And they were like, that sounds fantastic. And I'm like, that does sound fantastic. Imagine Miss Piggy just dead. She hanging like blood everywhere.
Bro, she's been like strung up like an actual swine.
Like she's at the back of the Itals house in the shed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're making sausages a lot. What?
It's like,
There you go. Hey, well, yo.
they're like, that man that was got up to the referee and
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
Dude.
Hey, well, yo, that wasn't offside, man. That's
And
hilarious.
you can say that.
I can say that.
You can say
and
that.
also so can Bruno Fernandes, apparently.
You can. I don't know what nationality
Talking about
he is.
Muppets, that man sounds like Kermit the Frog. He does. You put him in a press conference, he kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Dude.
If you bumped his voice up maybe an octave or so, he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I don't know if you know Patrick Mahomes.
I know Patrick Mahomes,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
because friend of the show, friend of me. I don't think he watches the show, but he's a big NFL fan, and like he was showing me some sports cards, and I saw a Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I'm glad you just said friend of the show, and you said he, because I'm assuming you didn't want to say his name after he's not.
Yeah,
friend
well,
of
I
the
don't
show.
know, you know.
Yeah, that's fair enough because he's not friend of the show.
He's not a friend of the show.
But Patrick Mahomes has a Kermit the Frog voice.
Does he?
Oh, dude.
That's hilarious.
So like we could do like you put those two in the movie as well, and it's like you think it's
You
Kermit
put
the
you put
Frog's
Bruno
voice.
Fernandes and Patrick Mahomes in there, and just Muppets and Benoit Blanc.
I mean, that would be, you can go wherever you want with this, which is the great thing. Let me just talk quickly about Dave Bautista, because Ryan Johnson also said, if you're looking for the best WWE turned movie star, WWE superstar turned movie star, it is Dave Bautista. And I agree wholeheartedly.
I mean, he's got a certain quality to him that a lot of actors don't. Like he's very unique
Right.
in his acting style. Because for him, when I watch him, most of the times I'm watching him, he's a very kind of, I don't know what the word is, like out of place. He's not someone that just kind of fits into the cast.
Yeah.
He stands out. And sometimes I look at him and go, is he a good actor or is he a bad actor? And I think just that part of it makes me like him.
Right.
For example, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's Drax. And some of the things, like, I mean, when you're saying, like, that wouldn't go over my head, my reflexes are too fast.
That's hilarious.
That just makes a whole franchise.
That makes a whole franchise. But here's what I think about this movie. And this is why I think that he's a good actor. Because I think a lesser actor would have gone over the top more so with this character. Because you got a dude that does Twitch and he's like, he's in the back of his mum's house, he's juicing, he's on TRT, he's on all the T's, right?
Bro, his mum was hilarious.
His mum was hilarious.
Because they're all doing puzzles and she's like, it's this. And she's out here like looking at magazines as well.
And I mean,
Hilarious.
Look, we've been in households where they're looking at magazines.
Yeah.
It's just what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's real. But what I wanted to say
You're
about
saying
Dave
we know
Bautista-
people that read magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, your mum's keeping the magazine industry in business.
I mean, Hello Magazine is in business probably specifically because of my mum.
Yeah, dude. Prince Harry getting paid, was getting paid at
Was
least.
getting paid.
So Dave Bautista in this movie could have taken it next level in regards to like, I'm a bloody idiot. Look at me. I'm juiced up to the gills, but I'm also like in this movie and being murdered. But he just was like, he was authentic in this role of being this guy, right? And I think that's when you see Dave Bautista, you think, actually, this dude's a good actor. Because he ain't just Dave Bautista. The Rock is just The Rock. When you go to the Rock movies,
you
that's
watch
just
a
The
Rock movie, he is the exact same person in every single movie.
Exactly, right? Doesn't matter, Pain and Gain is the best rock movie that there's ever been and ever will be, because he does something different in that movie.
Jeez.
And also he's just like, he's doing cocaine. I don't think The Rock would let himself do that anymore, because like DC League of Super Pets 2 won't be filmed.
DC League of Super Pets. Bro, should we watch The Black Adam? Or is that going to be absolute trash?
I mean, we could watch it. I'm sure it would just be absolutely mid-tier.
Yeah. I'll probably love it.
But Vincent, I like this movie. I'm going to give it just a straight up 7.5.
I was going to say a 7 feels like a good way to do it. I like.
It's a nice movie. You say 7. That's a nice movie.
I like Cassandra Brand, Andy Brand. I liked her character. I like the dynamic of her and Benoit, and I liked her story as the. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, but like you look back at the other, and I think even though they were caricatures or more exaggerated. I can't think of the word.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back while I think of the word. They're in this movie, they're more exaggerated versions of what these people would be like in real life.
Yeah,
and I think in the first Knives Out, they also were somewhat exaggerated, but not to the same extent.
I think in the first Knives Out, the characters were more a part of the whole story. Whereas in this one, it kind of felt like there was Benoit, there was Andy, and there was Miles.
And the others were just there in the background.
And the others were just there as a bit of leverage here and there, and a bit of, we can't keep all these heads on the screen because like this person will get mad.
Well, also I think if you just look at the last 20 minutes and you see that there's one maybe at minute 20, right? There's a scene in which Andy asked them all to put up their hand if they saw this happen. None of them put up their hand.
Yeah.
Then like 7 minutes later, like they're all putting up their hands.
I was just about to say that. I'm thinking like, what, she pushes over a few glass sculptures and then suddenly like they've got that same energy as Enola Holmes.
with the
when they're
stamping
like,
of the feet.
Let's all go walk out. Oh, no one's with me? All right, hey, can you start stamping your feet? Yeah, everyone's stamping your feet. All right, now we're going, because you've got to get the legs warmed up. That's why.
But also,
they were getting the muscles moving to push things, and then here we go.
I guess the message in that is when someone has that much power, they can't.
I don't have an issue with the mass not going against the person in power or the people in power. I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with the turnaround time being like quicker than you get in your McDonald's meal.
That's right. Yeah. And dude, like if the ice cream machine's broke, like you don't even get your full meal
there wasn't even a thing in between where, I mean, in this one a little bit more happened, I guess. She started throwing things around and she started getting mad, and you're thinking, whatever. The Enola Holmes, you can forget that movie.
Don't worry about Enola Holmes 2.
Don't worry about Enola Holmes 2. Don't worry about Enola Holmes 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about anything.
I mean, they're going to bring them out.
They're going to bring them out, and I'm going to watch them because we're going to do in this podcast. This is the podcast where we do Enola Holmes.
Yeah, until we die.
Anyway, is that it?
That's it, then. That's it.
That's it. Knives Out, 7 out of 10. Knives Out, Glass Onion, also 7 out of 10, because they're both Knives Out. That didn't make sense.
Hey, listen, Vincent, this is what makes sense. That was the Glass Onion. This has been the Back Catalogue. Yes.
Talk soon.